One of the most valuable lessons I've learned in my career is simple. Grow where you're planted. It's easy to tell ourselves that we'll work harder when the promotion comes, develop new skills when someone gives us the opportunity, or take on more responsibility when the compensation catches up. But growth usually doesn't happen in that order. One of my mentors taught me a principle years ago that has stayed with me. Do more than you're paid to do, because eventually you may be paid for more than you do. I've come to think of that as a form of deferred compensation. Your paycheck is only one form of compensation. Every difficult problem you solve is compensation. Every new skill you develop is compensation. Every uncomfortable assignment that stretches your abilities is a form of compensation. Every relationship you build, every mistake you learn from, and responsibility you accept adds something to your professional value. And unlike a title or a position that you cannot necessarily take with you, you can take those things with you: the reputation, the experience, the equity that you've formed in your personal integrity. Over a course of a career, you begin to realize that some of the most important rewards for your work don't arrive on the same timetable as the work itself. You may learn something today that becomes extremely valuable 5 years from now. You may take on a difficult assignment nobody particularly wanted, only to discover later that it gave your experience few other people have. You may help someone without expecting anything in return, and years later that relationship opens a door that you never knew could have ever existed. Or you may spend years developing capabilities that seem to go unnoticed, and may often go unnoticed, until suddenly the right opportunity requires exactly what you spent those years learning. That's the power of deferred compensation. It changes the question from, what am I getting for doing this, to what am I becoming by doing this? That doesn't mean compensation, recognition, or advancement aren't important. They absolutely are. It means we shouldn't allow today's circumstances to determine the limits of tomorrow's capabilities. So whenever you're in your career, grow where you're planted, my friends. Listen and learn more than your position requires. I encourage you to take ownership. Solve difficult problems. Grow where you're planted. Ask better questions. Help other people succeed by mentorship. Volunteer for something that absolutely stretches you from your comfort zone. Become the person people can depend on when the answer isn't obvious. And perhaps most importantly, don't wait for someone to give you the next opportunity before you begin preparing for it. Because qualification comes before the opportunity often arrives. Careers rarely move in perfect straight lines, and we don't always know where the next opportunity will come from. But when it does come, the knowledge, the judgment, the relationships, the reputation, the equity that you built in integrity and experience, that all that you've accumulated will go with you. Sometimes the greatest compensation for today's work isn't what you received today. It's who you became because you did the work. So my friends, grow where you're planted. You may be surprised where that growth eventually takes you. This is your friend, Scotty Nichols, and I'll see you at the top. Thank you.